Hi Libra, welcome to your monthly reading for February 2024. Thank you as always to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the videos and subscribes to the channel. If you would like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. These are from the oracle decks I'll be using for today's reading. As you can see, Beautiful Creatures is actually a tarot deck, but I felt like using it as an oracle deck. It's giving me Aquarius vibes for some unknown reason. And one theme with Aquarius is it's sort of innovation. It's doing things differently, doing new things. And for me, using a tarot deck as an oracle deck, it's doing something in a different way. It's, something new. So anyway, just to point out as well, there have been a lot of major transits, or some major transits in Aquarius recently. So obviously we're in Aquarius season now. The sun is in Aquarius. Pluto entered Aquarius on the 21st of January. That was huge because Pluto has been in Capricorn for the last 15 years, and it will go back and forth in Capricorn a few times this year. But for the most part, it's mainly in its Aquarius phase now for like the next 20 years or so. So it's a huge new chapter, new era for everyone collectively and individually. And I did do a video it was for the full moon in Leo, which was the 25th, I think, 25th of Jan. But within that video, I also did individual tarot messages for each zodiac sign for Pluto going into Aquarius as well. And there was also a conjunction between the Sun and Pluto when just before Pluto left Capricorn. So those are all quite big things. If you're interested in that video, if you think it might be useful for you going into your next era, I'll put like a link to it on the end screen. You know, those cards you get, the images you get at the end. I'll put a link there. Anyway, let's get into your reading. So, message from the Beautiful Creatures deck and the Part of Surrender deck. First of all, for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. So, what is your main theme? What's your main focal point? So for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising, what is the main theme here? For February 2024. Well, I like that a lot. So we have the Empress, which is Venus energy. It's representative of Libra and Taurus and creativity. So, and funnily enough, I don't know why I was thinking about why was I thinking about creativity before I was when I was shuffling before. I'm not sure, but I was thinking about creativity. So you have to wonder sometimes if you kind of mentally make the cards come out, because you'll be thinking of something specific and a card will come out that is exactly what you were thinking about. Anyway, I do trust it. Let's have a look at this next. The Power of Surrender deck. I have to say though, I mean, the cat is gorgeous in this. Look at that cat. She looks really sad, to be honest. She looks very, very, very sad. I am going to be reading the message from the book. Obviously, I know what it means, and because it's a tarot card, even though I'm using it as an oracle card. And I know that people who follow tarot, who are very much into tarot, you'll know what it means. But as I say, I'm using it as an oracle deck, and each tarot deck has its own take on the cards as well. And also, it's good to remind ourselves of the meanings that it can have to from a book, even though we use our intuition and what we've learned about that card. Right, anyway, let's get you a Power of Surrender card next. I swear to God, if it says surrender to creativity, I think there is a card like that in here, unless I'm wrong. I could be imagining that actually. I feel like there is one. Surrender to effortlessness. So it says, stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. So there's water energy. I mean, well, not literally water energy, but references to water energy. Creativity can be connected to water energy. It speaks of flow, river, water. So I don't know if that will be very relevant. Let's get your tarot cards out, and then we'll clarify. We'll read that message from the book, and then we'll clarify. So what else do we need to know about Libra's main theme? Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. What else do we need to know about the main theme for Libra for February 2024? You've got the world, but it's, I'm going to take it in reverse. And what is that water around her as well? Sorry, I know it's probably causing a glare, isn't it? Yeah, it feels like there's water around her as well. Okay, interesting. I don't know why the water's sticking out so much. Your energy specifically, Libra. You've got the Page of Pentacles. Any external or surrounding energies. You know what I've just realised as well? Well, I'll do it in a second. I'll get all the cards out and then I'll do it. So, external or surrounding energies. I kind of knew the Eight of Pentacles was going to come out, but I thought it might come out as either your energy or the main theme, so that doesn't surprise me. Because the creativity card has, well, the Empress, and it specifically refer, because I'm going to take these quite literally now, rather than how I would take it if it was a tarot card. It could be very much something to do with work here for Librans, with the Eight of Pentacles showing up as an external energy, like external work. Creativity can be connected to work, and then Page of Pentacles, it's like a new, it can be a new project, the start of a new project possibly. That's the first thing that comes to mind. A new job, but project specifically is coming to mind here. Let's look at, no, not that. Well, it would have been your past energy. 10 of Wands, Empress, so I'm going to try that again. Look at the green. See the green, well, greenish yellows, greens and yellows, or greens and gold. Isn't that interesting? That happened in another reading as well, where there's a lot of green and gold, which there is quite a bit of green there, and then yellow there. Okay. Past energy, please, for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We've got the Two of Swords. Current or present energy. Seven of Pentacles, more green and gold. Just move these down a little bit. And let's get you, no, more green and gold. Let's get your potential future energy. Potential future energy for you. You know what's interesting that I keep babbling on about green and gold? Right, so green crystal here is green aventurine. It can be connected to the heart chakra, but it's also to do with like luck and finances. And citrine, it's to do with confidence, but it can be, it's a crystal that's recommended in jobs, for having confidence in jobs as well, and to help in terms of your success in your career. So that is interesting. The work stuff could really be relevant. Right, we've got the Knight of Cups as your potential future energy. Guidance. The Sun, bright, bright, bright yellow. I like the way that matches with that effortlessness card, because the Sun is, it's just potential, isn't it? And fun and joy, and well, that's one of the meanings of it anyway. So what I was going to say about the World card and the effortlessness card, you know, the acrobatic pose she has. So it's someone who's nude, obviously. They've got something wrapped around them. Again, someone nude, water wrapped around them. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But let's put that back and get this Empress message. So Empress, let's see what's going on with you. Hopefully that is not blurred, because I know it's frustrating to see blurred things on screen. Okay, so it says, what is it that you are trying to create? Are you creating a legacy? Do you need my aid? Here, let me help you. Key theme, as it says, creativity. In a magical land, just checking again for if it's clear. Creativity is a must-have for everyone, yet very little inspiration goes around. Here sits a beautiful light brown-haired maiden, the aspect of a saint, yet she embodies the archetype of a mother. She creates just about anything she pleases. Aside from being creative and nurturing creativity, she emanates fertility and conception on all levels and for every aspect. As you can see, a gentle and benevolent black cat sits on her lap. In reality, however, this cat is a creative muse. It gives the Empress any tools, instruments, and even blueprints she needs to create whatever it is that you want to have her create. Or she hands you these tools so you can acquire whatever it is that you need to create and whatever it is that you want without hesitation. Upright in a reading, this card tells you that you need to put your creativity into action. Make it happen. Even if you have to start from scratch, that is starting from scratch, and build your way up, that is building. And this is part of the process of of building as well. It's where you put the effort in. The card also says that anything you want to create is possible. Not only does this creature denote creativity, she also denotes motherhood. Motherhood applies for both men and women. Via motherhood, nurture someone or something that needs it. She can also represent a female figure, be it a stranger or family member. In reverse, it says, when reversed, this card advises that you have several creative venues, but you are being too lazy to really create anything. People, situations, and you need nurturing, but you would rather nurture and cater to things that are irrelevant in your life. Right, let's get into it. So, as I say, that work projects, literal creative projects, any kind of project, it could be work related, that is strongly coming in here. But as you have the effortlessness card, we'll see what comes up for this with the whole stop pushing and surrender to effortlessness thing, because I don't know if I can see struggle here. Well, I can't see struggle just yet, but let's see what comes up. So let's look at the world. So it's like wanting a new beginning, I would say. Bear with me, we've lost a candle. Right, so as I said, it's wanting, I feel like it's wanting a new beginning, or you're at the cusp of a new beginning. Just because the world is in reverse, it doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means the word non-starters come into mind. So I don't know if it's the point at which you've just made the decision that you want to start something new and you haven't quite started it yet, or you've started it but it's not quite taking off yet. That comes to mind. But let's clarify that world card and see what comes out. How am I going to take those? I'm going to try that again. That just doesn't, something about that doesn't feel right at all. So I'm going to try it again. So for the world, right, you've got the Five of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Ooh, that's very interesting. Okay. Judgment card and the Justice card. Okay, I'm going to get something for that Five of Swords, but I do have an idea of what that means, actually. Let's see. Bloody hell, what's going on? Try that again. I should have said it before it happened. You see how that Seven of Wands went onto the Page of Pentacles? When I was looking at that Five of Wands, I wanted to clarify it because I was thinking, you know, like naysayer type energy. If you wanted to pursue something that was really outside of the box or unconventional, or just people just thought that's just not a good idea to do. That's what I was getting from that, which is why I wanted to clarify it. But interestingly, the way that fell on top of the Page of Pentacles, which is your energy, it's almost like having to defend your ideas or your creativity. Yeah, it can be competition as well, but there's just that defensive energy was there. So I like that. That's kind of confirmed it for me. But yeah, Five of Swords. Let's see. Right. You're really going to have to trust yourself on this. That's the one thing I'm thinking with the Magician and the Queen of Cups coming out. Let me get one more, but that's the initial thought that I'm having. Oops. Okay, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, and what's this? This is the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you are really, whatever you're wanting to do, create, pursue, you're really going to have to trust yourself and have a lot of faith in yourself and belief in yourself to do this. As I say, that Five of Swords energy can be competition in whatever you're doing. Like maybe you want to start something and it's just really highly competitive. So that's one reason you'd have to have a lot of faith in yourself. And it's encouraging you to do that because the Ace of Cups is in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles, it can be to do with confidence as well. I know it doesn't look much like it in this particular card, but it can be connected to confidence and independence and stuff like that. But yeah, if not competition, it's just that there's people that probably think it's a really wacky, not a good idea in general. So yeah, you have to be really, I'd say, committed to it for a start, I know we're not clarifying the Page of Pentacles, we're clarifying the world, but you would have to be dedicated, let's say dedicated with that Magician, dedicated to pursuing it, to creating it, because the Magician can be about creation as well. and just giving it your all, and trust how you feel about it as well. You may start to get doubts if you have naysayers around you. You may start to feel like, oh God, this is probably stupid, and it can start to you can start to doubt. I think with the Ace of Cups again in reverse, you can start to doubt it, but you're really going to have to trust in yourself, in your abilities as well with the Magician. Even if you get people telling you that you're shit or whatever. I mean, obviously, if you feel like you need to improve on something, then do what you got to do, do what you can to improve, but trust in yourself 100% here. Knight of Swords, I feel that's your energy with the Judgment card as well. It's very much a determination to kind of fight for what you want in a weird sort of way. To fight for this path that you want to choose, because it feels right to you. You can't worry about what anyone else thinks. I mean, obviously you don't want to do anything that causes harm to other people, but for the most part, it's about fighting for what you want and just making sure that you do right by yourself, do right by you. Right, I'll leave that there because I feel like that's sufficient. But as I say, I mean, it's the very beginning, or it's the cusp of some sort of making it work or starting or whatever. But it's going to take a lot of faith, a lot of trust, and a lot of faith in yourself. You're going to have to be your own cheerleader in this. Not to say you can't get support, but for the most part, it's going to be you. It's going to be on you. Let's look at that Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, what do we need to know? And for someone, you very well could be trying to achieve more independence. It was there. I can't remember where it is now, but yeah, it's back on the bottom of the deck actually. You may be very much trying to achieve a sense of independence as well. Like for people who are either working freelance, that's a possibility, working from home, entrepreneurship, those sorts of things, starting your own business. Anything where you've got a greater sense of, you're committed to whatever you're doing, but you have a sense of freedom with it as well, if it is specifically work related. But even projects, I love it. Three of Pentacles can be representative of projects as well, can't it? The Nine of Pentacles, it is very much an energy of it's having more freedom and independence. Right, so we've got the Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I think these cards confirm what I was saying about the whole independence thing, to be honest. Am I going to take that? I am going to take all of those. I'm not sure why, but we will find out. So that was like that, wasn't it? Okay. I will get just one for the Tower, but I know what everything else is about. Okay. Yeah. Again, it's that do right by you type of energy. So even if you are collaborating with others, it's I don't know how to put it. It's like everybody's a leader. I mean, it might be that you're the leader in the group, but it's like everybody's a leader in a way, because it's like, you know what you want, you know what you have to bring to the table. And you want it to do right by you and work out well for you. You want to get your satisfaction out of the situation. Again, if you're collaborating, it's with the collaborations, it feels like equal. With the Three of Pentacles, it always feels, to me, it feels like equal collaboration. Like, I don't mean everybody has the exact same role, but there's just a sense of equality about it, and I can't really explain that. Like everybody's contribution is equal, whatever capacity that contribution comes into. We've got the Three of Cups in reverse here. To me, again, that's just that naysayer energy next to the Magician. Very much that energy, again, of really having to trust yourself, even if you don't have people that you feel should support you. Like, say if your best friend, you were going to pursue something and your best friend is like, that's just a really dumb idea, or I really don't think you should do that. It doesn't mean you have to end the friendship, but it's just really believing in yourself. And it's like, look, even if my best friend doesn't think it's the right thing for me to do, if I feel it's right and I'm not coming to any harm, it's not detrimental to me, then I'm going to go for it. I'm going to trust in myself, I'm going to trust in my abilities, and I'm going to get on with it. The Tower, there's something here about doing things completely differently from the old way. So for example, simplest example is if you start in your own business, the King of Wands is the entrepreneur, or going freelance or something like that. It's that energy of, if you've never done anything like that before, this is the time. It's a brand new time where you're ready to start and do that for yourself. And all you have to rely on, well, not all, there's other things to rely on as well, but you are relying heavily on your intuition to see you through, with that Sun card being there. Right, okay, we'll leave that. So that's your energy. It's the beginning stages, isn't it? It's the starting anew, basically. Let's look at the Eight of Pentacles, because that is the work. That's what you have to do, whatever that means. So Eight of Pentacles, what do we need to know? So we've got the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. That Five of Cups does not feel bad, to be honest. Yep, it doesn't feel bad. Right. Queen of Cups and so that one was first. I feel like these need to be up. Right. Temperance. Notice how you've got two cards of balance bookending the reading. It literally, for me, as an external energy or surrounding energy, it literally just represents the work that when you're trying to do something, when you're trying to achieve things, it's the journey. I know that sounds weird, but it's the journey. As I say, you've got it's balancing the physical things, that you have to do to create whatever it is that you want to create. You will probably have disappointments along the way. As I said, it doesn't feel that bad, but you can learn from them. With the Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups, you can learn from them. Emotionally, you're gonna have to have emotional balance. I felt that from the Queen of Cups, but it's Temperance as well, isn't it? You're gonna have to have emotional balance with this, even if you do end up being disappointed at times with it. You have to have the emotional balance and stability and maturity to kind of handle that and deal with that and sort of carry on and say, right, I was disappointed, I'm deeply hurt by that, but I'm going to carry on. I trust this feeling in me that I want to create such and such, and gaining clarity from the disappointments to balance things out again. But as I say, the Eight of Pentacles overall, it's just the effort that's required to do this. It will take emotions, it will take physical effort, it will take mental effort. It's a whole package. It's a whole package of everything. Still not sure where effortlessness comes in, but we'll find out. Right, so let's look at the Two of Swords. I feel like that's where you've made the decision about starting anew or pursuing whatever you're wanting to pursue, create, etc. So Two of Swords, the Hierophant, this one was first. So you've got the Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands, the Hermit. I think this is why you would choose to do things differently, because it looks like with that Ten of Wands and Nine of Wands in the middle, things were hard in the past. In some way, shape or form, things were difficult the way you've done them before. Like say if it's work, specifically work, like work as in job, career, etc. It was hard one way or another, whether it was emotionally hard, mentally hard, the job itself was hard, the environment was hard, your routine and way of life with that particular role was hard. There was something difficult about it that just felt like a battle and an uphill struggle constantly. I think with the Hierophant, it's that you learned from that. Look how they've both got their eyes closed, and it's almost like they are both in well, this one's in meditation. This one even looks like they're in meditation. And it's that sign, kind of having that realization that this isn't for me. I don't want that. I want more peace. I want to be able to think for myself. Again, you may even be wanting to work by yourself or for yourself with that Hermit. Let's look at the Hierophant. Someone might want to teach something here with the Hierophant. Seven of Cups. I think one thing you would have learned through the previous struggles is that you have opportunity. Well, I'll say option because I'm not speaking about people now. If you've seen my other readings, you know how I feel about referring to people as options. But it's like knowing that you have other options. You've learned through the struggles that you do have other options. You can choose other options and ways of working. Like even it's not going to be easy, but you know. And you may have learned what your heart wanted and whether your heart was in it or not from before. Like previously it might have been all action but no heart, or all effort but no heart, and it's like now you realize in that past energy you would have realized, actually I can actually do something that feels right, that feels more right. It's not that I'm just doing it because I have to do it, but it actually feels right as well, or feels, I don't know if I want to say good, but just feels worth it. So we'll leave that there. So that was the decision. That was where you decided that you were going to change up, basically. Seven of Pentacles. That is effort, isn't it? So let's see what else we get from that. Okay, so effortlessness, effort with the Seven of Pentacles. Let's see what happens here, because I'm still trying to see where effortlessness comes into things. I mean, I did say there's a connection between that Sun card and effortlessness, and we've just touched on things being difficult in the past somehow, and maybe that's the point of effortlessness, that all that struggle that you went through and pushing hard, maybe you were someone who was desperate to get a promotion, and what was the real motivation behind it? Was it because that's what you really wanted to do and what you really loved, or was it just because it felt like the rational next step? Like if you've been at a job for how long, it's like, oh well, the next step is to go to this, have this promotion, and then that promotion, and then the other promotion, and it's like, do you actually even care about the promotion, like deep down, or was it just because it's just what you do, it's just the status quo? But Seven of Pentacles, I love that's come up, the Seven of Cups, because again, that's the heartfelt side of things. Ooh, so for some of you, as I say, it's just the beginning. So it really is the beginning stages, I feel. This is still where there's still decisions to be made here. There are probably still decisions to be made, and there are concerns about if it's going to work or not as well, or if it's the right choice. I feel with that. Nope, hell no. That feels like the confusion someone would feel trying to figure all of this out with all the cards spewing out like that. Yeah, there's still questions. There's questions in the present, even though you might have taken the first steps. There's questions around if it's going to be worth it or not. And look at how the cards are all water. Remember I kept talking about water with the creativity and the river and flow. And flow is when it comes from the heart, isn't it? Things flow when it comes from the heart. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be easy because it's from the heart, but it feels more worth it. Like all those hardships that we experience, if you're doing it based on something that you love, it's hard, but it feels worth it. If you're doing it just because you feel you should or you have to, it doesn't necessarily feel worth it. It becomes, it breeds resentment. Let's get one more. Page of Swords. Yeah, that's figuring things out. Let me get one more for the Page of Swords. I feel like it's just mentally figuring out if it feels like it's going to be worth it. Is it going to feel fulfilling? Is it going to meet my intentions, match my intentions, something along those lines? This Eight of Cups, it's almost making me think, if you had to leave something behind or walk away from something to go towards what you want, it's that question. It's still the question of, was it worth walking away from that for this? It's giving me that kind of energy. So I will leave that there because I think that's enough, to be honest. So overall in the present, there's still questions around, is it worth it? But it's more emotional based. Is it worth it in terms of what my heart wants to actually do? Will it feel good? Will it feel fulfilling? Will it feel worth it? I mean, it does take practical effort as well, but, you know. As a future energy, Knight of Cups, I mean, that looks like just going all in. All in, just, I'm going to go for the dream. Or if you are already starting, it's like just giving it your all. And that would be effortlessness, wouldn't it? Even, as I say, if there are physical hardships, which I've already said here, it looks like there's going to be ups and downs, or there are ups and downs. Your heart's in it, so it feels more effortless with your heart in it than it would if it was more for practical reasons. So the Knight of Cups. Right, I feel like this one was meant to be here. That's meant to be there. one more. Yeah, that's a level of commitment because it feels valuable. That 8 of Cups and that 2 of Wands, it's not settling. I think, did we have the 2 swords in this? Yeah, we've got 2 swords here. You had the 2 swords upright there. Now, well, not now because it's future energy, potential future energies. You go into the future, the doubt, it's like the doubt goes. You leave the doubt behind and it's like, no, you may not be 100% certain how things are going to turn out, if it's going to work out 100% in your favor. But with that Queen of Pentacles, it feels so valuable to you that it's like, I'm committing to it. I'm committing to pursuing this path, to creating this thing, whatever it is. It's like, yep, as I said, it's going all in because that is what your heart wants. That's the dream. So that sort of counteracts the doubt. I like that. I like this reading a lot. Let's look at that Sun card. As I said, that feels like the flow. That's the flow where you're focusing on doing what brings you joy. I know that sounds a bit corny, but you're focusing on what brings you joy. So it's worth it. Even if there are difficult times, it's worth it because it's like, well, I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this. So it's not default. It's not that I'm forced to do it. I'm not necessarily following other people's rules. I mean, you might be to a certain degree, but for the most part, it's your choice. So the Sun. And any sacrifices you have to make, you're choosing to make those sacrifices because it's you know it's what you want. Like, maybe not the sacrifice itself, but you know that the sacrifice is necessary for whatever you want. So the Sun, we've got the 6 of Swords, we have the 8 of Wands. I am going to take this 9 of Swords. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting a bit... It was a nice message that just came in there. Let's get one more for that. It doesn't look like a nice message with these cards, but it is. It is. And I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Right, let me get one for that 6 of Cups because that's a bit of an oddball in all of this. Okay, I think I get what that is. Let me just get one more. Yep, you. Yep. Yep. Love it. It's upright now. The world is upright. So what I'm getting from this with the Sun and being clarified by these is to focus on the joy. Focus on the joy that pursuing what you want to achieve brings. As I said, it's a journey. 6 of Swords can be a journey. It is a journey. It's not necessarily going to be easy. There may be chaos at times. There may be a lot to deal with at times. Sometimes it might be overwhelming. Sometimes you might get anxious. But it's like you can't go back now. It's leaving that past behind, leaving all the fears behind, any stuckness behind, anything that's held you back, and creating what you want to create. Pursuing your passions, what drives you in whatever sense that is, whether it is literally just a project or work. I mean, work is coming up heavily, but whatever it is. And then the world. You have the new chapter, don't you? The new beginning. The 4 of Swords is a bit of a odd one here. Let me just get one for that. I don't know if that's more about peace of mind. It could be peace of mind, actually, that because you're pursuing what you really want, you have that sense of peace of mind, even if things get difficult at times. Focusing on the joy and knowing that it's all worth it, it gives you a sense of peace of mind in that particular thing. So the Sun is there again. It's in reverse this time. And the Star. There's a lot of hope and potential here. And that's what gives you the peace of mind. You know, like for people that have been in a job for 30 years and they're like, say they started the job when they were 20 and they've been there for 30 years. So like they're in their 50s now. And it's like, Jesus Christ, when am I going to be able to retire? I've had enough of this shit. It's that kind of vibe where it's just... There's no bloody hope or potential there. It's just, I've got to do this shit for another how many decades? Like, say people retire to what age do people retire now? I know in this country at this point in time, my mum has to wait till she's 67 to retire, even though she's worked since she was bloody 16 years old. Although she's doing all right, she's figured out a routine for herself. That's she's working, but she's not overdoing it. But yeah, it's like that. It's opposites of energy where it would feel very disheartening to be thinking about, Jesus Christ, I've got another decade or two before I can retire. The difference of that too, I actually love what I'm doing. I enjoy it. And even when times are hard, there's just so much potential and hope of you know, in what I'm doing. So I will leave that there. So the advice was to just hold on to the joy, no matter how difficult it gets, as long as what you're doing, it brings you joy and it feels worth it, focus on that. And then that's how it becomes effortless, even though, yes, there is some effort required, but it still feels more effortless than doing something that you really, 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 really don't want to do. So let's get your final card of guidance from the Sacred Rebels deck. I think I'm going to call your reading Surrender to Joy, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I might call it that because I can't think of anything else at this point. I mean, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a new beginning, effortlessness, which is the joy. Is it worth it? So I might as well just call it Surrender to Joy. Anyway, final message from the Sacred Rebels. Oh God, no. I think I'm going to try that again. Although, you know what? I'm going to keep them. I think that's right. Right. Trust yourself. I'm not going to read because it's reasonably self-explanatory. It's a beautiful card, but it's pretty self-explanatory out of the two. Inspiration. I think this is that joy. I mean, look at the yellows in there again. So yeah, I'm going to keep the inspiration card. 3. It's a 3 as well, which can be about manifestation. I think it can be. I mean, think 3 of Cups. That is a card of joy. There's something about 3 that makes me think of joy, actually. I don't know if it's just the whole reading, but let's read inspiration. And I did say you're at the beginning stages as well, so hopefully nothing's blurred. Okay, so inspiration, it says, an idea has captured your attention, or I'm just thinking of another title now, but anyway, attention, or will do so very soon. It may be a grand vision or the vague sense of something that could be. You are being encouraged to accept the vision, the idea, or the inspiration as it is important to your creative, I love that, and spiritual growth. Also, it is possible. The bee is bringing you healing, medicine, wisdom from nature to aid the message of the Oracle of Inspiration. The bee is a powerful spirit totem. Bees are able to fly with wings that are significantly small in proportion to their heavier bodies. They can do so because of the sheer speed with which their wings move. Your idea, even if it seems like a big, substantial plan might be difficult to get off the ground and up and running, can succeed. You will attract great helpers to you and the earth and will support the success of this project, idea, or vision because it is about helping the greater good as well as your own growth and development. When the Earth Mother lends you nature wisdom to support your healing and growth, you know you have an exceptionally powerful ally to your cause. Let this bring you confidence, and if you have also drawn the After the Storm card, consider this message amplified. Allow inspiration to fill you with enthusiasm and expectation of magic and marvelous synchronicity as people, situations, and opportunities fall into place to help bring your inspiration into reality. This idea has the potential to flower into so much more than you realize. It has great potential. It can become something that feeds and nourishes others on their creative and personal healing paths too. It has the quality of a mission and is so much more than one singular idea. When an inspiration comes from the greater creative intelligence of the universe, even when it makes itself known as an idea coming through a human source, all that is needed to bring it into being will be available at the right time. For the human channel of the idea, it is just a matter of being open, receptive, trusting, and enthusiastic about what has come through. Everything required for each step will be naturally attracted to support the success of the project according to divine timing. The healing process will help you manifest, the healing process below, which I'm not going to be reading it, but will help you manifest the support needed for your inspiration to take flight. This oracle also comes with the message that you are a vehicle for inspiration. You are meant to think and do things differently. You are capable of receiving fresh ideas that are not so out there or different that they stop being practical, helpful, and wonderful. You are being asked to avoid the trap of doubting your ideas are special or interesting enough. Your inspiration comes direct from the universal creative source, and you are being asked to believe and recognize the signature of great intelligence within your inspirational ideas and creative urges, and to act accordingly. To sum up, this card indicates that sweet success like abundant honey is coming your way through your commitment and development of an idea that you have already had or will soon receive. See it through to the end, believe. That I could have just read that and that would have been the whole reading, wouldn't it, to be honest? There's not even any point elaborating on that because it literally touched on pretty much everything that I mentioned here. So I'm just going to leave it there. It's a beautiful reading, you know, so whoever this is for, I hope it's for me. I'm a Libra as well. Yeah, I accept if it's for me too. Right, so yeah, leaving it there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, Libras.